Hello and welcome to today's video. As you can see from the title, I am going to be making 21 meals from all the ingredients that I bought for under $18. So that's less than $1 per meal. And honestly, I think I'll have some ingredients left over and we'll actually even make more than 21 meals. This is an emergency grocery challenge that I'm taking on. Sometimes there are weeks where you really just need to crack down and to save a lot of money on those groceries. Groceries are increasing so much. There's an opportunity for you to save money there. And for me, I think this is a great way to be able to save money. If you do this like once a month or once every 6 weeks, something like that, then you can put all the extra money that you have in your budget for groceries towards saving. Thank y'all so much for joining me here today. If you're not subscribed, I would appreciate you subscribing. And I'm going to be sharing all the breakfasts, lunches, and dinners that I'll be eating for the next 7 days. So let's go ahead and get started. Here is everything I got from Aldi. A dozen eggs. And I did want to get some chicken breast, which was $4.66 on sale. I wanted to have some sort of meat in some of my meals. I got the chicken bouillon cubes for some flavoring. Some honey wheat bread. I got 2 apples and 3 bananas. Some tomato, basil, and garlic pasta sauce, a box of bow tie pasta, a variety box of oatmeal. I had wanted to get a container because I could get more servings out of that for about the same price, but that's all they had. A thing of white rice. And they didn't have the smaller bag, so I did pay a little bit more for that pack and some green lentils. The total for everything, including tax, was $17.89. For all 7 breakfasts, I had oatmeal with either apples or bananas. Since this is a pre-packaged, I just followed the directions to make the oatmeal. I placed whichever packet I wanted into the bowl, added the water, and put it in the microwave. On 4 of the days, I used a half of an apple, and I just placed it on top, and it was super, super yummy. For the other 3 days, I used a banana for each day and just cut it up and placed that on top as well. And it was a delicious bowl of oatmeal. For lunches 1 through 4, I used honey wheat bread and 8 of my eggs to have toast and eggs. First type of egg that I had were scrambled, so I did use salt and pepper and olive oil from my pantry, and those are all the extras that I used. And I just scrambled the eggs up in the pan and made some toast and had a lovely lunch of eggs and toast. If you have butter or jam in your fridge, then you can use that, but since I didn't get those ingredients, we're not using that. The other type of egg I make, and I'm not really sure what it's called, but you just start by cracking the eggs right into the pan, and you let the whites cook for a little bit, and then you crack open the yolks, and you let those sit for a little bit and kind of try to contain them. We're going to make like a little patty out of each of the eggs. After those harden a little bit, you try to kind of flip it together and into a patty. And listen, nobody's perfect. So basically trying to just contain it and make it cook all together into something that you can place on your toast. And there it's done. So I've got my toast here, and then I add an egg to each toast. And I did season with salt and pepper on top of these. I personally like Tabasco sauce, some sort of hot sauce on top of these. So if you have that, you can use that in your meal. For lunches 5 through 7, I used some rice, bouillon cubes, lentils, and honey wheat bread. I rinsed and drained 1 cup of lentils. I combined that in a pot with 2 cups of water and added half a teaspoon of salt. And then I brought that to a boil. I then let it simmer for 20 to 30 minutes. I did have to add some more liquid about halfway through cooking. I added some extra chicken broth that I made. I could have actually used all chicken broth to add flavor from the very beginning. I then drained them when they were done. While the lentils were cooking, I made 3 cups of chicken broth by boiling the water and adding the bouillon cubes. And then I placed 2 cups of dried rice in my rice cooker. I rinsed and drained it in the pot and then added 3 cups of chicken broth to season the rice. I usually fill it up with liquid to the 3-cup line in my rice cooker. And I cooked it on white rice. My specific rice cooker is actually done cooking when it begins to count down. Perfect rice. Then combined all of the rice and the lentils together. Here's the finished product, all combined, and I had a piece of toast with it. For dinners 1 through 4, I used the remaining 4 eggs, rice, bouillon cubes, lentils, and honey wheat bread again. I did all of the same things to cook rice and lentils and combined that together. On each of the 4 days, I made 1 scrambled egg so that it would be fresh. And there's my bowl of food. And I also had a piece of toast with this. For dinners 5 through 7, I made chicken pasta using a box of bow tie pasta, pasta sauce, and chicken. I placed my trimmed and cut chicken breast on a greased cookie sheet, seasoned with salt and pepper, and then baked it at 375 for 20 to 25 minutes or when it was done. And after the chicken was done, I shredded it with my hand mixer. I love this way. It's so easy, but chopping also works. While the chicken was cooking, I cooked the pasta according to the directions. I drained and added the pasta to my bowl, and then I topped it with the pasta sauce and combined. And then I added the chicken on top. I usually prefer to have a vegetable with dinner as well, but for these budget days you have to compromise in places. This made quite a bit of food, so it actually lasted me 5 meals instead of the 3 I planned. With the extra bread, rice, and chicken pasta, I had an additional 10 meals, so a total of 31 meals for my $18. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a wonderful day.